So Ollie's coming in about an hour's time to spray off all of this grass, that bit down there, and the field in the background. It's becoming quite docky now. This is what happens with sort of 2 or 3 year lays. We're an ex-dairy farm, pasture on pasture for years on years. There was a bit of an arable break, but basically there's years and years of dock seeds and weed seeds in the ground, which slowly make their way to the surface and seem to germinate. So I'm going to spray it all off. Yes, there's a good clover content in here, but the grass is fairly patchy. Spray it all off and start again. So we'll just start later this week, end of the week I imagine, and go from there. Here comes Ollie in the bateman. There he is. I sat in with him and did the headland just to show him which fields were needed doing. Off he goes. It's a bit of kit, isn't it? Be rough as houses going across it like that, mind. It got ploughed up and down in line with that pylon. Not that way. Oh well. All in all, something a bit different today. We are off to a nearby farmer to go and borrow or hire. Guy sorted it, so neither which one. Yeah, we're going to go and get a grassland seeder and aerator. So it's mainly an aerator. From what I understand, there's a big roller with blades on it and a seeder unit below it. So yeah, going to go and get that, drill a load of grass and then aerate the rest of the grassland on the farm. So let's go and get it. Obviously we're taking the deer because I've got GPS and I wouldn't want to step on Eli's toes getting in his tractor now. So we're in this beast. Ugh. Right, let's go. So I've picked it up. It's a lot more than what I expected it. I just expected it to be one big roller with sort of 9-inch blades on it. I've seen them before. So really, you know, a roller about twice the size of this, 9-inch blades, and it just really slits into the ground and aerates as deep down as possible for the roots. But this is another bit of kit altogether. We've got paddles, we've got a roller, we've got a crimper, we've got harrows. I'll show you when I get back, but it's a bit of kit. I've got a box of calibration tools. I've had a quick lesson from Jeremy on how to use it all. And there's a computer box as well, so we'll get back, hopefully Guy's about before he goes to play rugby, to hold the seed tray so it catches all the seed whilst we're calibrated in the can. So yeah, bit of a learning curve, we'll see how we go. This is what we got, an all-strong, 3 meters wide. It's a little bit wider than the tractor. We've got paddles at the front here, a big spiked roller, some harrow tines, and then a crimper roller on the back, and an air seeder unit that comes down. So we'll see what kind of job it does, but the seed's over there, so we'll chuck them on the steps, calibrate it here. I think to calibrate it, oh yeah, I've got to undo this back plate with all the pipes on and a little tray goes in there. First things first, try and make a stand for the box in the cab. So I'll find an adjustable. Hopefully there's one in here. Always used to be, unless Guy and Eli have lost them, done spreading. Here we go. So we've done this bit. There's the odd little sort of 5cm miss with the GPS. I've got it set at 2.9. I should probably have it set at 2.8 or 2.85. Anyway, we've got the box in here, all tied up with a bit of string so it doesn't fit my stand. And just doing a final pass on the headland and then we'll start in that block. But it's done a hell of a job, look at it. Totally different. So if we look at the machine in a bit more detail, you have paddles here with like fingers on them, and they sort of turf the ground up a little bit. You got this thing with suppose there's sort of 3-inch spikes on them, slit the ground a bit. A set of harrow tines all the way down. Cedar units here, just blowing air. It's an electric fan, not a hydraulic. And then obviously these can be set aggressively and those can be set aggressively. By aggressive I mean like angle in, so they can be either shallow or hard. And then we have these sort of crimper rollers. Again, spiked a bit, had a bit of tilth and pressed the grass seed in. And then just set of wheels behind. But yeah, really good job I think. One gap that I've missed, but that's the next piece of land work as it flows. And then here's what's sort of left behind. So it's not too deep, and the spray I'm hoping will carry on kicking on with the grass, because it's not quite dead, but it's supposed to rain Tuesday, so we need to get on with this, and I'm not here Tuesday. So this is what we're looking at as the end result. Obviously this is the headland, so it's a little bit more chewed up because of turning with it down, because when you lift the machine up it cuts the seed off. But it's done a fairly good job. It has exposed soil, which is rather good, gets a bit of air in there. It's effectively like quite heavy duty chain harrowing, pretty much. Dog's got a blooming flint. Oh no, a stick. Now he's going to lie in it and roll in it because he thinks that's amazing. Oh, he's got this flint back this morning. Anyway, it's like a heavy duty chain harrow effect. Get a bit of air in there, break up the mat of grass that was there. Obviously this is now all sprayed off. And so this will all start shooting on through. So we'll keep an eye on it over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully all this will go brown in the next week or two, and the green shoots should be coming up through. So this is what we're drilling. It's a hybrid curly cut and graze, on the basis that we probably want to get one good cut of silage and then we'll be able to graze it. So we've got perennials in it, a couple of hybrids for the early cuts. But then the perennials are the really leafy ones. The hybrids more or less go to stem quite quick, and then the perennials is where you get that nice leafy grazing variety in the bottom of the grass. So that's what we're doing, that's what we're drilling. And then behind the maize we've got a bit of a different mixture, which is a 4x4 system, and that has no listed varieties on it. Here we go. This is what we are. It's a 4x4, so it's 4 cuts for 4-year lay. The other one is also a 4-year lay, so it's all hybrids in there, hybrid ryegrass of 4 different types. So that again is a bulky mix. There's a little bit of leaf. It's not quite as stemmy as the Westerwolds, which we grew this year, and they are really stemmy. Like when it gets hot weather, they just shoot the seed, and you've got to get them off. But I'm hoping this will be a bit thicker in the bottom and provide a bit more leafage. We will see. I just realised I've messed up somewhere along the line. I've got 14 bags left. By the time I take 3 more, I'll have 14 bags left to do a 23-acre block. That pallet, there's enough there to do the 27 acres left. And then whatever this is 14. It's only enough for 14 acres. So I'm going to have to get another 9 bags. Or lower my seed rate. Let's hope they all stay on there. Hold the steps up. First problem. Right, let's get going. This is why tractors should have windscreen wipers on the side, because when you put out onto the road you can't see anything. Right, I'm not turned my box on or plugged it into the battery. I'm going to drop this in the ground, just go along this tram line a little bit, and then set an AB up on the GPS. We ploughed it off that hedge, so I'm going to do one off that hedge and then sort of drive down the middle of the field, see how rough it is, and if it's not too bad I'll stick with that one. If not, I'm going to come off this fence, which you can't see because of the rain, mist rather. I'll come off that fence because this is where we mow it off and it's quite smooth that way, but I do want to go with the ploughing. So anyway, we'll see how we go. I've set my A point back in that top corner. I just drive down the hedge here, set my B. That'll work a straight line out between the two, because obviously I'll have varied slightly in it. This will do here. set B. Then we have a line, the angle we're taking. Yeah, I quite like this. The drill's not bouncing over the ruts at all, or the plough furrows deep down. It's doing a good job at sticking onto the ground quite well, so I think that's fine. We'll carry on at this angle. So I'll get out, I'm going to start on that end and work to this way. So we'll start in the shade and work into the sun, which makes a difference because usually we start on the longest edge and work to the short work, but I don't mind doing the short work first. Three on this end have blocked up, they're not coming out. So I took the back end off, emptied all 3 pipes out, and I was hoping when I started the fan back up, they would start firing out again. They're all firing out fine. But there's no air coming out of these 3, so it could be pull the pipes out and see how far the blockage goes back. But I've emptied out from here, so I had hoped a bit of air would help kick it out, but it's not. I'm not seem to playing ball too much. Oh. Keep on hitting it, hope for the best. I wonder if it's just that bit of moisture in the air overnight. We're getting something. That's that one clear, blowing nice. 2 to go. This is where the blockage is, just on this bend. And I suppose it's where this just compresses it slightly and narrows the gap, but all down here is empty. It's literally just this bit here. So it's a good job it was this side, because if it was that side, from the cab you can't see it. But I suppose I would have got out and checked. Right, spout or pipe's unblocked. The rest seem to be running okay. In the end, it's this pipe. I pulled the pipe out of there and shook it down, and it was alright in the end. These are all working. Right, let's get going. That's 20 minutes, I won't get back. Now, whilst I'm sat here drilling, I'll be dead honest with you, I never actually share any of these videos on my YouTube channel to any of my social media, because I made the channel, I just want to put it out there on YouTube and see if it would naturally go. We're at 633 subscribers! That's right, 633! Mental, absolutely mental, plumb mad. 633 people actually give a slight damn about what I do in my day and want to watch about it. That's brilliant, I think that's terrific. So I'm pushing on for the big 1,000. There's a couple of videos that are coming up. Trying to get back to putting a video up every 2 or 3 days. Now we're like not doing the same thing every day like we were with straw. I can sort of get away with it. Hang on, I've got to turn the headland. Sorry, I'm not very polished like the other YouTubers. And for some reason, the GPS has decided to miss a bit all the way down there. But it is broadcasting out that way, so I'm not going to bother re-drilling it. The seeds are sort of distributing to the side in a semicircle, so they go to the side and down, sort of blows. I think as long as the guy goes over that flat roller, it'll be fine. Oh no, I've got to turn again. It's a short field, I'm in the short work. I should have done it in the long work over there. But anyway, this is me saying thanks everyone for subscribing. Perks are working at home. The old girl's bought out bacon sandwich. You can see why arable farmers love GPS. It's sorted itself out now, so we're not leaving any misses. Oh, I say that, there's a tiny one on the left hand side, but on the last pass like this, we didn't have any misses. I don't know. It's not strap 3 or 2, it's just strap 1, so it's not going to be the most accurate thing in the world, but I should say that's good enough. That's the last bit done. Kind of messed a little bit up on the headland here. Where my strike out, I was about 3 foot out. You can just see that little bit I missed. So that's this field done, 10 acres. Job's a good one, 10 bags of seed. Got a tiny bit left over. So into that next bit. That's the drill brimmed. 4 bags in there. It's about 220 quid. Mad, isn't it? Guys just subsoiling the dung heap area. We were going to diss this field, but it's going so well with this. I thought, why not just direct drill it? So he's just subsoiling. You can just about see him over the corner of the tractor. Subsoiling where the old cows have been before old Boise gets on drilling. It's a bit slippery, but it's doing a good job. On this stuff, you have to adjust it a bit. You'll fucking lift her up. She'll start spinning in a minute. Yeah, see.
So I just lift her out and ground a little bit. But yeah, good job.
So for anyone that's new to the channel, this is actually the first year we've run 2 tractors, like big tractors. So we've always had New Holland, hopefully you can see it up there against the hedge, and the John Deere was new this year. And my God, I don't know how really we cope without it. You know, I can now get on drilling, I can move to the next field. Guy's doing that bit of subsoiling up there, and then once he's finished that, he can hopefully go to our friends and if they're not using the flat rollers, bring them back, and he can roll straight up behind me, and then he can roll tomorrow, get it all rolled tomorrow, and then Wednesday we can go again and do a bit of baling and wrapping. So it's actually really good having 2 tractors. Guys got the flat rollers. Pushing it all back down nicely. Sort of tell the difference. So I'm just here drilling the dung heap, which Guy's dissed and then flat rolled ahead of me. And this drill is doing an absolutely fantastic job. It's actually made a really good seed bed. So, which is much to my surprise, I didn't think it'd be that good. But yeah, the subsoiler's done it beautifully, and then it's gone over with the flat rolls after it's dried for a few hours. And I'm drilling in behind. This was only ripped up about 3 o'clock and it was quite wet, so I'm amazed the drill's doing it alright. Seems to be going well. 2 more passes and then that's it. Job done. She's handling it pretty damn well. The only thing is, I haven't got my GPS dome on because I took it off, so I thought I was done for the night. So I'm now sort of guessing where I'm going. It's stuck. That's the shed. So it's about 5:30. Just putting in the field with the rollers to come and roll it. We're both going shooting today, so it's just a case of trying to get this done, or most of it rolled before we go. So yeah, it's 5:30 in the morning. It's all blooming steamed up. I've got my heater on flat out, but she's doing more harm than good. The engine's not very warm at the minute, so it should be alright. I've got my green star because without it I'm not going to be able to see anything. I don't know how that's filming. What? Oh, shucks. Probably didn't get them. That's it. Last pass of the night of this field. It's 9:45. Good job. So we're all rolled up now to the drill. Got a bit of baling to do tomorrow for Johnny Trow, and then I'll be back on the drill in the afternoon, just stitching grass into standing grass over with the Saturday cows, just on paddocks they're come out of, ready for next year. So yeah. Good job, had a great day shooting, lot of fun. Jumped back on this around 7:30, 8:15. So knocked an hour and a bit out. Yeah, job done.